Welcome to the third day of Kefir, and today we're going to make Kefir guacamole. This is super special, and the reason that it's special is because this guacamole gets preserved by the probiotics in the Kefir cheese, so it doesn't turn brown. I've had my guacamole in my, probably in my refrigerator for about 7 days, and it's still bright green. So it preserves the food, and it preserves your guacamole, which turns brown rather quickly under normal conditions. And the nice thing is that when it preserves the guacamole and you eat it, it preserves you. That's the benefit of eating cultured foods. So let's get started and make some guacamole. We're going to need an avocado, and a ripe one, some cilantro, a lime. I've got a serrano cherry that's been cut up. This is actually from my garden from this summer, and I like the red one for Christmas. Some salt, some Celtic sea salt, and some Kefir cheese. And that's all we're going to need to make this guacamole that's really, really easy. I'm going to use a food processor, which I like using a food processor because it just takes a second and it really blends it really, really well. So we're going to cut up this guacamole, this avocado. And you make sure you get a ripe one. You can tell they're soft. And one way to tell that they're ripe is, see this little place where there's a stem? If you pull out the stem and it's still green, that means that it's not ripe yet. But if you pull it out and see how it's kind of brown, that means that it's done. When you take the seed out of the avocado, take a knife and hit the side of the seed and let it stick to the knife, and then just pull the seed right out. Scoop both of the insides of the flesh out and put them in the food processor. So we got one avocado in here. We're going to take a handful of cilantro. Cilantro is really the key to making really good guacamole. It has that really fresh taste, and I'm going to just chop a little bit up and then just throw it in there because it's going to get all blended, just a handful. These are serrano peppers, and they are from my garden this summertime. And what I do is I take them and I cut them in half, take the seeds out. You should always wear gloves when you take the seeds out because they really do leave quite a sting. And then I just stick them in the freezer like this. And so I use them in guacamole all winter long, and they still taste really, really, really good. We're going to use a couple of those. And you can get a green one, a green serrano. They work great too. And then we're going to use a little bit of a lime. I like to use about a half or a third of a lime and just squeeze the juice into your guacamole. And then we're going to use a third cup of Kefir cheese. We use this a lot in a lot of recipes, but honestly, it is just one of the best and funnest things to use to make all kinds of different desserts, especially like appetizers and desserts. Kefir cheese is great. And then this is really important, the Celtic sea salt or the Himalayan salt, because it really brings out all the flavors in the guacamole. And I just going to throw a little handful in. And then all you do is whirl it together, a couple pulses. A couple more pulses, a couple big hunks in here. And then we are going to serve this, and this is great to be served with all kinds of like sprouted tortilla chips. It has really, 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 really good flavor. And you can see what I like about it is the red specks from the red pepper. It kind of looks like Christmas. That's why I included it in this video, because I'm all about the red and green this time of year, and nobody ever gets tired of guacamole. So, and you can serve this with chips. You can serve it, especially with sprouted. I like the sprouted chips, and also fermented salsa. That is one of my very favorite things, and it's one of our very favorite dips to make, serve when we have company or just when we're a family watching TV together or watching a movie.